Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday. Well, before the end of the year, before 2020 is almost over, one more day, I could not be happier than to be with you here on a Wednesday evening here in Romania, being very festive, as you know, that I like a lot. I hope that you like my hat because I enjoy it quite a bit. Although I don't know if you can see the beautiful tree that's behind me because of the hat, but hello, Sorin. Thank you for joining. Now, I want you to let me know what are your thoughts before the end of the year. Our topic for today is about fear and 2020, a retrospective. Now, how important it is to finish this year strong, in a positive, strong, empowering note, because we all know it is a fact that 2020 was very different. Hello, Moni. Thank you for joining, Monica. I hope you have a great time with me, with us today. And besides the fact that 2020 was very challenging and different, we have had some losses. We have lost the freedom to travel, to move around freely. We needed to cover our face almost all of the time. We may have lost even a certain lifestyle that we had. And to me, that I gave birth in May when the pandemic was almost flourishing here in Romania, it was maybe even more challenging. However, how many amazing lessons did you have during these times? I am quite positive that you have become stronger, wiser, more empowered, more aware, and more present. Hello, Aiden. Nice to have you here. Thank you so much for joining me. So make sure you let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts about 2020 now that it's over. How challenging was it for you? But when you write about your challenges, make sure you also write about the amazing lessons that you have had so far. When it comes to my experience, I had to move from Belgium to Romania. And when I say I had to, I found out that I was pregnant in January. So, as the pandemic also started in Europe, I really felt that I needed to come back home and give birth as safe as I could possibly can here in Timișoara. And it was very tough for me because I did not have this in plan. But coming back to Romania has made me realize that I have so much more to learn than I thought I would before I left here. I learned this year by coming back that I need to be more accepting. I need to be more loving and understand that everyone's lifestyle is their own choice. And in order for me to be completely free and to be liberated for any frustrations that would arise when I would think that, oh, Romania is not that developed as Belgium. Maybe Romania is not that open-minded with my business, with what I want to achieve with my career. Maybe my business will not develop as much as I have planned to in Belgium now that I'm back in Romania. Oh boy, was I completely wrong. You see, you flourish where you are planted. You do not need to be in the US, you do not need to be in Belgium or in any other place in order to get your dreams become a reality. And as soon as I realized this, I got my business up and going, and I could not be more happier and more active and energetic. Although I have an almost 8-month baby girl that is, as I always say, she is more loud and she is speaking more than I do. So this was an amazing lesson for me to understand that I can develop and I can grow as a person, as a speaker, as an NLP trainer everywhere on this planet, and even on a different planet if I want to go there, if I set the intention and the objective to grow as much as I want to here in Romania, because now I'm here in Romania, there are no limits. So do let me know in the comments, what is your biggest lesson of 2020? For me, it was accepting and understanding that we have the power to decide what we want to do, where we want to do, and it does not matter at all about the place you are in, about any circumstances that you have around you. I hope that the comments box is working, so do let me know what is your opinion about this. What has 2020 taught you? Now, for me, another great lesson, as I have a baby girl, and it is challenging to have a baby during a pandemic, and even more that she is very, very talkative, she's very loud. I had to learn about patience. Patience is something that you are not born with, and I had a talk with a very good friend of mine around 3 weeks ago before the holiday started, and she said, you know, Roxy, I just began to be more patient. I began to understand that patience is not something that you either have or not. It's something that you grow along the way. It's something that you decide that you want to have, and you begin to grow it as you grow your muscles when you go in the gym. And this was such a revelation to me, because the way she said this, the words that she used, made me realize that she's completely right, and our mindset is functioning in the same way. You simply need to work more and insist and develop a certain skill in your mindset that you want to have. Now, when it comes to your mindset, I want you to be mindful that there is no digging for any negative patterns, any fears, nothing that is too negative for you, unless you simply want to go somewhere specific. And as 2020 is almost over, I want you to finish this year strong, with a strong, empowered mindset, and understand these two important things. I really think that this is so important. So please let me know in the comments below, after I tell you which these two things are. What do you think? Number one is to know where you are going. Unless you know the exact direction that you want to go towards, it's settling with anything. Even if nothing happens for you that is helping you with your personal development, with your growth in 2021, you could be happy settling because you had no idea anyway. You were stuck in one place and that's it. However, I know that you are watching my live session right now because you want more. You want to grow, you want to develop, and you are not completely satisfied with where you are in your life right now, right? Now, set an intention. You don't need to have anything major. You don't need to have anything too big that can make you feel overwhelmed, as I was overwhelmed most of the times in 2020. Now, the second thing I want you to think about, besides having a clear path, number one, have a clear path of where you are going. The second thing is to start having at least one single point of action. You don't need, again, to do anything major, but start with one single step. I was lucky enough to get help, to get coaching around 5 months ago. I began to work even more on myself because I felt that I had some missing links. I was not too happy with how I felt regarding all of the new responsibilities as a new mom. I was a bit overwhelmed with the sleepless nights, and I also wanted to get my business up and running. Hello, Andrea, nice to have you. I hope you're having a great time. And I began to ask myself all sorts of wonderful questions, and that's why I began to do these live sessions. I do 3 live sessions every single day on Facebook, here in this great group, and on Instagram as well. A few minutes, nothing major, about what are the best questions to ask yourself. And one of the best questions that I came across during my coaching sessions with this amazing spiritual woman that has completely blew my mind away, I began to doubt everything I knew so far. And she taught me how to put the meaning that I consider beneficial for me instead of taking for granted all of the things, all of the aspects, the concepts, the limiting beliefs that I grew up from society, from my parents, from school, from my workplace, from all sorts of people I've met during my life. And to be honest, maybe 99% of all of the things I knew by that point in my life were mostly negative. And when I say negative, I don't mean that those people would want to do me harm in any way. Nothing even close. It's just that their way of being, their needs, their simple way of dealing with life would not suit my needs. And until I began to accept that everyone is entitled to their own opinion in terms of how they deal with life, every one of us has their own evolution. Everyone has their own way of seeing what we want to be, what we want to achieve in the future, and it's okay if your goals are not as big as those around you. It's perfectly okay. What you need to do by having the meaning that you want to give to everything around you is to simply know who you are. And this is the main topic that I want us to talk about today when it's one day until the end of the year. 2021 is so close. We are almost there. One step more. Who are you? Ask yourself this as often as possible. To me, it has been life-changing. Of course, I still have tough days when I wonder, when I simply get confused about things, when maybe the meaning that I attributed to something is not helping me anymore. I need to change things even more often. But if I ask myself, who am I get so present, I get so empowered and so eager to find out more, because as you have begun your road on this personal development experience of yours, you need to acknowledge yourself and you need to be extremely present in your life, because otherwise you could be extremely overwhelmed. And I'm telling you this because this was my experience. Of course, it doesn't need to be like this for you. I'm just telling you that as I've experimented so many types of thoughts and processes and procedures, and I've attended so many webinars and seminars, and I've read quite a bit about this, and especially on fear, I have had a lot of mixed feelings, and these mixed feelings are okay, because all of these circumstances that your mind creates when you consciously and rationally are looking for certain answers, you tend to have such a gratefulness at the end of all this because you know that everything that you did so far was only to help you grow and understand who you are really. Now, understanding who you are, as I said, only happens in the present moment right now. It is so important that you do this. And it's really efficient. You know me. I like it simple, fast, and efficient. And this is how all of my business and all of my talks and all of my work is based on. Simply do this easy, great breathing exercise. I'm sorry for the it's making me laugh, and it's very funny. My baby girl is kind of singing. She's almost learning how to talk. She says mama, and that is so cute. I am melting. And she's now having these interesting baby carols in the other room. So don't mind these exotic noises. You know, it's Isabel singing. So, all of these thoughts are making you feel very grateful for who you are. Now, I want you to think about this. Next year is going to be wonderful for you. It's going to be very empowering, and you are going to discover a lot of things about yourself. And when you think of all of these new things, maybe that you need to do, I usually, when I think of something new, something that is really out of my range right now, I tend to be a bit overwhelmed. So coming back to this simple procedure that I use to come back here in the present moment is to simply inhale and exhale. It is amazing. It is so relaxing, so empowering. And as you feel your body now, you understand that you are in the best place possible. And what a surprise! There is no fear here in the present moment because you are safe as long as you understand that your life is in your hands completely. So do let me know, how was 2020 for you? And I also want to ask you this great question. What do you want to achieve next year? Is it something regarding your finances? Or maybe you'd like to start your own business, you'd like to change your job, you'd like to have some different people around you. Maybe you'd like to change the country you're in right now. Do let me know what is the most challenging dream for you in 2021 because sometimes only if you acknowledge it, only if you think about this wonderful thing that you want to accomplish for next year and you give it a lot of positive energy, it starts to manifest in terms that you'll be doing the first step in order to get your dream accomplished. Now, for 2021, I have thought of some easy steps, some efficient things to do in order to have the best year possible. And as the question I have asked you today in the live session at noon, it was how can I improve my health? I am going to continue to talk about this a bit more. I want us to talk about your body, health, about your mind, your mindset, and about your spirit, about your spiritual side. I think that once you have these three combined, you are truly unstoppable. There's nothing that can keep you from achieving what you want to achieve because eliminating resistance actually means being at the middle, in the middle with all of these three concepts: your mindset, your body, and your spirit. Who you are, your desires, and your most deepest, truest self. Now, let's talk about first your body because you need a strong body in order to achieve everything that you need. You cannot have an unhealthy body supporting a strong mind. You know, this needs to be very balanced, because if you lack energy, if you lack enough supporting nutrition in your cells, you will not have the right attitude, you will not have the energy to change anything. And we all know that change means energy. When you do something different, your body needs a bit more fuel, it needs more energy in order to perform, because we know that our mind is not used to change. It wants you to be exactly the same, because this is its role, not her, its role to keep you safe, and that's it. So in order to have a strong body, you need to give it strong food, nourishing, wonderful, wholesome food, and you are the best one that knows what you need to eat in order to be more than safe in your body, but to be more creative, to be energetic, and to have all of the energy and the fuel going on inside you in order to achieve everything that you want to with your strong temple that is your body. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about what you need to eat, but I'm going to talk about how you need to set your relationship with your food. You need to view food as a celebration, as nourishing your body is what keeps it alive. You need to give it such positive energy, such empowering thoughts every time that you eat. Otherwise, if you simply gorge food and you do not feel its texture, you don't feel its smell, its aroma, you are going to find yourself in the situation of gaining unwanted weight. Just think about this and put this in practice. When you eat, have this wonderful, empowering attitude of celebration, of simply seeing your body as the magnificent creation that it is, and that keeps you alive. Now, moving on to a strong mindset. You need to know that as you ask yourself the right questions, and as you focus on these two questions, why and how, you are going to be extremely powerful in your thinking, and there's nothing that you cannot achieve. And when I say why, when you have a more challenging day, when you have all sorts of thoughts that you feel that are not helping you be who you want to be, simply ask yourself, why am I feeling this? And I want you to insist with this a lot. Simply ask yourself as often as you can, why am I feeling this? And you are going to have such a surprise, because you will know when you find the answer. And most of the times it's an interior minor conflict that can get major unless you act in time. Now, how means that you are focusing on solutions only. Why and how needs to work together every single time. These two questions are the ones that get your mind under your control, and you get unblocked and unstuck. The thing is that you want to achieve clarity in everything that you do. Otherwise, you would be wandering around like someone that is lost in fog, and we do not want this. Let's find the right amount of clarity in order to get to where we want to. And the third aspect is your spiritual side, is finding out who you really are. Who is it deep down that is dictating what your values are? How would you like your soul to be nourished? And I've had this, again, I need to mention this because it has been amazing for me. It has been very empowering. Not giving meaning to the things and to the experiences and to the persons around you is so liberating, so relieving, so freeing that you can actually decide to have and to be everything that you want to. As soon as you understand that being completely free comes with the responsibility of making the right choices, you are truly unstoppable. Do let me know in the comments below, even after the live session is over. What are your thoughts on this? How will you start balancing your mindset, your body, and your spiritual side from now on? Having a great, strong new 2021 means being a great, strong new you. I want to encourage you to be the change that you want to see in 2021. And I've written a wonderful article about this last night, and it's about how to take change consciously, how to make these changing actions on a daily basis consciously. And I invite you to check my website roxanapopet.com. In the blog section you will see there that I have a great article for you every week, and of course it comes along with a great newsletter that I would be very happy for you to get, read, and start taking actions as soon as you begin to read this, because you know that I am an NLP trainer, and everything that I do has a lot of short, efficient, and easy to put in practice exercises. My gift to you, as always, I would love it if you'd tell me your opinion about this, about the 7-step guide to permanently conquer your fears, which you find on my website roxanapopet.com. Download it, use it, put in practice this amazing exercise, the bag visualizing exercise, and you are going to discover how amazing and relieving and freeing it can be for you when you have your mind under your control completely. And it's that simple. You get to choose all of the things that you no longer want in your mind, in your system, in your life, and just put them in a bag. It's that simple. You can get guidance. I also have a great video on this, and I could not wait any longer to get your feedback on this, because I'm really curious. What are the best tools that you would like me to talk about? What else would you maybe like me to write about in my articles, in my blog section? What other books are you interested in? Because my sole purpose is to serve you, to help you step on your fears, to help you see fear from a different perspective. Because when it comes to fear, I believe that there are three main options. Either do the thing that you are most afraid of, and this means simply creating the right momentum and the right amount of courage and understanding, consciousness, and awareness that you truly need to do the thing that you are afraid of. Another thing that you can do with fear is to simply understand that it does not make any sense for you to continue to fear something that is not helping you in any way. So let's say that, for example, you have this fear of public speaking, but you work in an area, in a domain that has nothing to do at all with public speaking. So it is a matter of living consciously this fear of public speaking aside, as guess what, you don't need to use this at all. And the third thing that you can do with a fear that you have is to learn from it. Learning from this fear is also stepping on your fears, because these lessons are coming in your mind, are coming to you with this powerful 100 kilometers per hour speed in order to grow and evolve. And you know what? It only happens when you are truly seeking some deep answers, when you want to have a new level of thinking in your life. I want to thank you so much for making 2020 an amazing, wonderful year for me. We have had these live sessions for almost 3 months now, and I could not be happier than to share these evenings with you. I hope you find these useful. Do let me know in the comments below what is that you would like me to talk about? What is it that you would like me to write about? How can I serve you better? How can I empower you? How can I maybe talk more so that you understand your challenges in life and what do you need to do in order to overcome them? As I said, and I'm going to repeat this, my sole purpose is to serve you, and I could not be happier than to put in practice all of your ideas, thoughts, suggestions. So I am open to getting your great feedback as always. Thank you for being interactive with me. Thank you for saying hello. Thank you for all of the wonderful, empowering questions you have asked me, and I could not be happier and more proud of our miniature community we have here in the Step on Your Fears group. And as always, I'm always available for you, and I want to wish you from the bottom of my heart, from my family to your family, Happy New Year. Have a wonderful, amazing year. And before I go today, I want you to remember this: be the change that you want to see in 2021. If you don't change, unfortunately and fortunately, nothing is going to change. So I cannot wait to see you soon. This is the last live longer session of this year, and I am going to see you tomorrow for another great small miniature live session in all of our groups. I cannot wait to see you then, and it's going to be the last live of this decade. Wow, I'm so excited. I've always liked New Year's a lot, and most especially now that I'm going to make some changes in my business as well. So remember that all of your comments, ideas, suggestions, thoughts, and feedback are very welcome. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you once again for being here with me today. Happy New Year, happy holidays. May you have all that you have desired, and remember that you are the one that has the power to just make the best decisions of your life. Have a great evening or morning or afternoon ahead.